The best teachers go to great lengths for their students. Some might say to the ends of the earth.
New at 9 tonight, our Carl Deffenbaugh introduces us to a music teacher who takes that saying quite literally and brings all of her students along for the ride.
Nestled into a corner of lake country, the larger world can feel a long way off. The village of Dousman is small. St. Bruno Parish School, even smaller. You're listening to the entire 4th grade, all 8 of them. But there's a lesson here in perspective.
Thumbs up if you're like, oh yeah, I totally rocked that.
Courtesy of Mrs. Lisa Warner.
All right. Who's to say that somebody from Dousman, Wisconsin couldn't become a marine biologist? Ready, go.
She is ostensibly the music teacher.
I love inspiring students to do things that they think that they can't do.
But Mrs. Warner is more like St. Bruno's version of Miss Frizzle.
She's so fun and silly, and then she goes on all these cool trips.
We get to learn about that too, and she relates it to music somehow.
Like the jazz she loves to play, you never know exactly where she'll end up.
Good. What crazy connection is Mrs. Warner going to make today?
Mrs. Warner is all about exploring new frontiers.
This is the mission patch from the zero gravity flight that I did.
How many musicians can say they played a purple trombone in zero gravity? She also explored the ocean's depths on board a research ship.
Music has been a part of every moment in human history and is a part of every human culture on the planet.
Even at the ends of the earth.
My sister-in-law made this for me, so I thought I'd bring a penguin to Antarctica. Not that there'll be a shortage.
On this November day, Mrs. Warner was preparing and packing for her greatest adventure yet.
A friend of mine said you don't want a metal water bottle because your face will freeze to it.
She was selected for a Grosvenor Teacher Fellowship, flying to South America and then boarding a National Geographic ship to explore the frozen lands of the southernmost continent.
And I'm thinking if all else fails, I'll just wear everything.
And yes, there was room for the trombone.
I don't go anywhere without my trombone. And so I'm hoping that I'll get to play this like off the ship in Antarctica or somewhere.
During the 2-week trip, she was mesmerized by shades of blue and white.
I fell in love with ice, which is a really silly thing for a Wisconsinite to say.
She took her students' questions directly to the experts. For example, how do penguins sleep?
And he said that penguins sleep 15,000 times a day. But apparently they will go into REM sleep for 3 or 5 seconds and then wake back up and be good to go. And it's just the most fascinating fact that I learned while I was there, and it's because the 3rd grader had this question.
She even landed the coolest gig of her career when she heard a couple on the ship was getting married.
Well, I got my trombone in my suitcase, so, if you need somebody, let me know. And they're like, yes, you're hired. So I got to have my very first Antarctic wedding gig, which is pretty exciting to put on my resume.
After all that came the challenge.
Antarctica just kept one-upping itself.
How do you translate the trip of a lifetime into a lesson?
Usually Thursdays are Antarctica days.
Every week, she connects music theory to a place a world away.
We crank up the volume.
Students compare ocean waves to sound waves. Paint watercolors inspired by Antarctic music.
What composers do is very much like what artists do. They're trying to convey something.
And create their own songs to match the landscapes in her photos.
So that helps them kind of identify highs and lows, length, duration of notes. So it's been kind of neat to use that music theory, but with an Antarctic twist.
It's safe to say Mrs. Warner teaches to her own beat.
Now we're making like beatboxing with the noises that you found in Antarctica, and it's really fun.
Amidst all the fun is that lesson in perspective.
Dousman, you're right, it's really a small place, and then when you kind of get to learn about the bigger world, it's like, whoa.
It's insane that she gets to go there, and I don't think I ever will.
But that's the point. Mrs. Warner believes the polar opposite. maybe you will.
Oh, there's no way they're going to pick a music teacher from Wisconsin to go to Antarctica. No way. But I did. I got picked because I applied. If I would have counted myself out, I wouldn't have gone at all.
With the right teacher, that larger world is a lot closer than you think. With photojournalist Mike Pasuik and editor Dave Machuda. Carl Deffenbaugh, Fox 6 News.
Isn't that amazing? Mrs. Warner says that message to her students is the same for other teachers. Apply. You'll never get those experiences if you don't try. In fact, she's already on her next adventure. She's in Senegal this week as part of the Fulbright Teachers for Global Classrooms program. And yes, the purple trombone is there too.